Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to embark on a seriously fun and fascinating exploration of a concept you've probably witnessed right in your own living room. We're talking about the remarkable physical adaptability of felines. I mean, have you ever watched a cat gracefully just pour itself into a tiny cardboard box, or slide completely flat under a ridiculously low couch, and thought, wait, how is that even physically possible? Well, today, we're unpacking the fluid physics of these marvelous creatures and looking at exactly why they can reshape their bodies so effortlessly.
Section 1. Liquid Superheroes. The Internet's favorite feline theory.
Consider this core concept right here. Cats are like liquid superheroes. Just think about that framing for a second. By combining the concept of a flowing liquid with the idea of a superhero, we're taking a common, everyday pet and elevating it to an almost supernatural status. It's not just that they possess extraordinary flexibility, right? It's that their abilities are so far beyond our own human constraints that they honestly seem to possess superpowers. It's a bold, highly visual statement that just instantly captures the imagination.
But what do we actually mean when we throw around the word liquid in this context? Well, being fluid-like for a feline is defined by their remarkable physical adaptability. Specifically, their ability to squeeze into incredibly confined areas and completely contort their bodies. We're focusing super intently on those two actions, squeezing and contorting. Now, obviously, it's not about them melting into an actual puddle of water on the floor. Rather, it's about this extraordinary, seemingly impossible reshaping of their physical form to adapt to whatever environment they're in. It's their mind-bending capacity to look at a confined area that seems way too small for their mass and just simply adjust their shape to fill it.
Section 2. The Art of Squeezing and the Mechanics of Contortion.
And this brilliantly illustrates how we can break this fluid-like movement down into two really clear steps. Step 1, they squeeze into incredibly small spaces. This is the entry point, right? Then, step 2, they contort their bodies in ways that seem completely fluid-like to us watching. It's this 1-2 punch of entering the confined space and then seamlessly reshaping themselves to fit its exact dimensions that creates the illusion of flowing like water. It's just a continuous, completely uninterrupted physical adaptation.
To really drive this point home, let's humorously contrast this behavior with the physics we're normally used to. Think about your standard solid object. By its very nature, it's rigid, right? A solid block cannot magically alter its dimensions to fit into a space smaller than itself. If the box is too small, the block simply doesn't go in. End of story. But look at the marvelous feline on the flip side of this comparison. Thanks to their remarkable ability to contort, they exhibit a fluid-like movement. They completely bypass the limitations of standard solid objects. They encounter a tiny, rigid space, and instead of being blocked by it, they literally become the liquid that fills it.
Moving on to Section 3, Agility and Flexibility, the reality behind the metaphor.
Now, of course, referring to them as a liquid is really just a fun and lighthearted way to describe what we're actually seeing. It's an affectionate metaphor. We aren't proposing a literal new state of matter here. We're simply using a highly creative, playful lens to describe an extreme biological capability. You know, the humor and lightheartedness are entirely intentional ways for us humans to process something that, frankly, looks utterly bewildering.
So the crucial point is really found in these two specific words that ground this entire liquid joke in physical reality. And those words are agility and flexibility. That is the literal truth of the matter. It is their profound agility, their ability to move quickly and easily, combined with their extreme flexibility, their ability to bend without breaking, that actually creates this superhero illusion. The fluid-like contortion we all marvel at is simply peak agility and flexibility working together in absolute perfect harmony.
Section 4. A touch of whimsy and deepening our admiration.
You see, applying this liquid metaphor does something really special. It adds a touch of whimsy. By playfully referring to cats as liquid, we aren't just describing a physical action anymore. We're injecting a little bit of whimsy into our daily lives. Viewing them through this whimsical lens fundamentally changes how we perceive them. It takes a simple biological mechanism, like flexibility, and turns it into a magical, highly amusing event. It takes the totally mundane and makes it genuinely delightful.
There's actually a very clear emotional progression to this, too. It starts with a simple, objective action. We observe the cat's extreme agility and flexibility. Then, step 2, we add that crucial touch of whimsy. We make the joke that they're a liquid superhero. And that combination leads directly to step 3, an increased admiration and wonder for these marvelous creatures. The humor doesn't diminish them at all. It actively deepens our appreciation for their unique nature. Our wonder grows simply because we allow ourselves to view them playfully.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, leaving us with a rather provocative question that perfectly summarizes everything we've explored. When you look at the cats in your life gracefully reshaping their bodies to fit into impossibly small spaces, are they just agile pets? Or are they truly marvelous liquid superheroes living right among us? I don't know about you, but choosing the latter, choosing that lighthearted, whimsical perspective, is exactly what makes sharing our world with them so incredibly special. I hope this deep dive into their fluid physics leaves you looking at your own feline companions with a lingering, joyful sense of wonder. Thanks so much for joining me.